Hello and welcome to another video. If you remember the ending of last week's video, I'm in the same hoodie. It's the same day. I literally have pressed stop on last week's video and I am recording the next one. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. Grab something to work on, grab a project, grab a cup of tea, something like that. And I hope you really enjoy. If you are not new here, welcome back. It's so lovely to see you again. This week's video is going to be a really knuckling down, working hard. It's going to be a market prep vlog because I have a market in exactly 10 days and I have next to no stock. So we are grinding for the next 10 days. I have relatively fresh hand tattoos, but this one on my finger where I wrap the yarn is still a little bit sore. Like I don't want to, because quite frequently when I crochet, as you will know, you get a friction burn on your finger when you're crocheting and crocheting and crocheting and crocheting and crocheting and crocheting. So I want to avoid that. So I have been wearing some also manky little finger bandages just to protect the tattoos on my hands so that they don't get a friction burn on them. This morning I have been crocheting away. Last night I had a D&D session with my friends, and in between my turns in the combat I made the bodies of two little frogs, so I have finished them up this morning. I've given them eyes and mouths, and then this morning I have made two more frogs, again different green, same sort of idea. So I've got 4 colours of green and I'm going to have basically 2 of each, one with a smiley face, one with a straight face in each colour. So I have been working on that. I have done a foolish thing this morning. I wanted to get some stuffing for these frogs, and before Christmas I bought a 5-kilogram bag of stuffing. Now this was much better value. Before Christmas, in from I want to say September, I've been buying basically 2 kilograms every month and a half, and that was getting very expensive. It was much more economical, it was much cheaper, of better value, to get a 5-kilogram bag that was hopefully going to last me 3-4 months. However, the 2-kilogram packs were vacuum packed, as the 5-kilogram one came vacuum packed, but the 2-kilogram ones were split into bags of 1 kilogram each. So there were 2 bags of 1 kilogram each. So that's what I thought I was going to get with the 5-kilogram ones. So I foolishly just opened the top of the bag. It was like this big of a cube of stuffing, all vacuum sealed and stuff. And I opened the bag thinking, oh, it's fine, it's going to be individually packaged into kilograms, so it's not just going to blow up. It wasn't individually packaged into kilogram bags, so yeah, it expanded a lot. I'm just looking at it over by my wardrobe. It's a problem. It's absolutely a first world problem, and it's a very, very stupid problem. I don't have anywhere to put. It's a human-sized bag of stuffing. It's wide, it's probably about twice as wide as I am, and I am a hefty fella. Probably about twice as wide as I am in circumference. It's probably about 2 of me, and comes up to about here where it's expanded. It's really big, and I'm going to flip the camera and show you. Okay, hello, you can see me on my bed, you can see the camera. Oh, you can't actually see around the fan. Let me move the camera. There is the bag of stuffing. As you can see, it goes about halfway up my wardrobe, and my wardrobe is pretty big. Yeah, it was less than half the size of that when it arrived in. You can see the packaging there. It was less than half the size, and it's just expanded and continued to expand. So yeah, that's the situation that I'm currently working with. I've got you on my crochet cart at the moment because I was influenced by all the people who have those little trolleys from IKEA, and they put all their crochet and stuff on. Basically, I'm crocheting and you're coming along with me. Enjoy. So I'm just gonna get on with crocheting with Katie being creative in the background. something that I didn't actually mention in last week's video that I completely forgot about, well, I didn't forget, I just forgot to mention it to the vlog, is that I had my first ever business meeting last Tuesday, which was kind of like an interview, kind of like basically it was like a collaboration discussion, and I firmed it up. I was just signing the contract. But yeah, so basically I've got this opportunity to make some content for a small crochet company who are looking to build an online community and like a page. They're called Blank Canvas Crochet. They're working really hard to build up a community. They've got kits which are like beginner kits, because like their mission kind of thing is that like crochet kits are not that accessible in this country, and the crochet kits that you can get that are affordable and that are like advertised as beginner kits on like Amazon or in like Hobbycraft, they have like knitting tools in, and they've got terrible hooks and terrible yarn, and they're just not good to actually learn how to crochet. They're really random, they're really cheap, they're just shoved together with not much thought, not much effort, and if you're learning to crochet on your own, like tutorials can be really overwhelming. And I said to them, like, I absolutely felt that when I was learning to crochet, that there were so many tutorials out there and there's so many yarns and hooks and you just don't know where to start. So what Blank Canvas Crochet is doing is they released last year a kit that is like actually designed to help you learn to crochet, that is like by crocheters for crocheters, and they're looking to grow an online community so that when people purchase their kits, or even if you don't purchase their kits and you just want to learn to crochet, you've got like this community that you can turn to. They're going to be working with a bunch of content creators and crocheters to build up this community so that when people want to learn to crochet, they can go, hey, I'm going to go to Blank Canvas Crochet on Instagram, and there's tips, there's tricks, there's hacks, there's how to use their kits, there's all sorts of really cool, important stuff to help people learn to crochet. And I was like, this is amazing, this is such a great idea, like, I'd love to work with you on this. So we're doing like a trial basis kind of thing, where I am going to provide them with 3 tips that I use in my crocheting on a day-to-day basis, and the work that they're asking for is 6 videos on 3 tips, and for each tip they want me to explain the tip in like a sit-down talky video, and they want me to demonstrate the tip in like a physical like tutorial style video. And I don't need to do the editing, I just need to send them raw files and they will handle all the editing. And it is a paid opportunity, which I'm so excited about. It's not a fortune, it's not like influencers who get paid like thousands of pounds for collaborations, but it is a paid opportunity. Like, it's not like previously when I've got affiliate links for things, it's just in exchange for free things. Like, you get maybe something free sent to you, or you get to be featured on their social media page, or like that sort of thing. Whereas this is like a proper collaboration, like I'm actually working with a brand. I'm very excited about it. It's a real, like, it feels so much more real. And for a small account like mine, it really does mean a lot, because like, I am a small account, I don't have hundreds of thousands of, or even tens of thousands of followers that I'm influencing, that I'm promoting stuff to, but I do have the people who watch my videos, the people who like my posts on Instagram, they're quite loyal. I love that. I love that the people like you guys who watch my videos or who like my Instagram posts, you keep coming back. Like, I'm not reaching a ton of new people, but I don't mind, because I've got there's people who keep coming back to watch or like my posts, and I'm like, I don't part of me is like, why would you want to watch me, weird me, you know? But you do, and I love that. I'm so grateful. And if I can share my knowledge with the crochet community and build more of a community, that's absolutely something that I want to do. So I'm super excited. I've just signed the contract and sent it back to them. We didn't actually need a contract for this first thing. This is sort of like a test phase. I've got 2 weeks to make these videos. So I think when I'm doing this frog, I'm going to tidy up a bit and then film a little bit of a snippet, because she doesn't meow, this cat. Oh, no. This cat yells. She is ferocious. She's a very small but mighty lion. But yeah, sometimes I don't notice her, and then she just comes in and is like, and I'm like, oh, hi. Anyway, if you are not new here, you'll know what I'm about to do. If you are new here, welcome to how I secure my eyes and make them extra duper super duper secure. I get these little felt discs on Amazon. They are 1 inch 2.5 centimeter felt discs, and I cut a little X shape in the middle, and I've got my trusty dusty glue gun, and I turn it inside out and I glue all around the post of the eye, and then I put the post through the X that I just cut, and then like glue it down. And we're going to repeat for the other eye, and then we're going to grab our backs, and then we're going to pop on our back. Also, don't put your glue gun on your bed like this. Put it back on its like stand. You should get a stand for your glue gun. And then when the backs are on like that, we can flippy dippy back to the right side. And all that this does is create a larger surface area for the back to go on. So like if you crochet, you may have had it happen where the whole back of the eye just pops through the front of the yarn when it's the right way around again. The whole eye, like, doesn't, like, if the back's on, it shouldn't come off. But then the back can sort of wheel its way through the stitches. If, like, a kid goes, it could wiggle its way through the stitches. By gluing that layer of felt, you increase the surface area that the eye is attached to. And therefore that inch of felt isn't going to be able to be pulled through the stitches, and the glue just reinforces that. So that's what I like to do. I might even use that as one of the tips that I do for the blank canvas crochet. I have just filmed me sewing up and weaving in the ends on this frog, because that's my tip. It's about making anchors, or what I call anchors, in your ends woven in. And now I'm just going to embroider a little mouthy mouth. Only disadvantage to doing the felt discs is it does make the area around your eyes a little bit harder to embroider around, because you've got a bunch of felt and glue in that area, so it does make it a little tighter when you go to embroider like a face or something. But my recommendation for that then is to just sort of poke around with your needle until you find a place where it comes out nice and smoothly. And like if the mouth is like a little bit lower or a little bit higher, I honestly do not think that matters. Hello everyone. Well, I think last time I filmed it was Saturday, I think. I just finished filming the last video that you would have seen. Now on Saturday, I believe I was making frogs. I got up really late on Saturday because I'd been up till midnight on Friday playing D&D. Then Sunday was an editing day. That was Sunday, but while the video was uploading to the software, I was crocheting. I took advantage and I made the body of some axolotls. So I made the body of a pink axolotl. I think I did the blue one next. Then I did a grey one, and finally a purple one. And then in the evening, once I'd finished editing, I went and added eyes, finished the bodies, because I was crocheting them up to about here when I need to put the eyes in. And then so I did 4 bodies, and then when I was done editing, I came back through into here, popped the eyes in, finished like that much of the tail, then added the gills in the evening. Did on Saturday, I believe, make a couple of swinging bees, which I don't have with me, but I will try and remember to go and get them at some point to show you. This morning was another fairly late start. I've just had my lunch, and today's job is making minis for my mini basket, and minis that are going to be turned into backpack buddies, so I just put a little keyring on them. So far this morning I have made 2 mini duckies, and while I've been chatting, I've just been making this one. I'm just heating up my glue gun to stick the eyes in. I've had another palaver with my website. I don't know if I talked to you about this. I think I did in the last video about how I'd had someone trying to buy something and the website was just not cooperating. Happened again, and it is absolutely my fault. And that's why I'm so frustrated about it, because like I thought I'd done everything I could, and I clearly hadn't. So for this one, somebody wanted to buy some plushies, which I'm very, very grateful for, and they tried to check out with PayPal and it didn't let them, so it just rejected the cart. They ended up checking out with like credit or debit card, just like fairly normal. And then when I went into my settings, I realised that my PayPal account, it said it was linked, and it was like, it was linked but it wasn't activated. So I'd linked my PayPal account so that I could take PayPal payments, but I hadn't pressed activate, which it didn't tell me to in the setup process of setting up my PayPal. Oh, I was so frustrated. And then when I tried to do it on my iPad and my phone, it wasn't letting me. It was just, nothing was happening when I was pressing like to activate it. Just nothing happened. It took me to the page to verify it on PayPal. I'd verify it, I'd go back to Shopify. So that was incredibly frustrating. So I've had to get up, go into my office and do it on the computer. And of course, when I've done it on the computer, it's worked first time, no problem. And I'm just like, technology, mum. Like, we pay so much for technology. It don't bloody work. And I get very frustrated. I'm like, I pay so much money for good tech and I know nothing about tech, so I'm paying in part for tech that an idiot can use. And it is still not idiot proof. I'm like, god damn it. I got it sorted, so I can now accept PayPal on my website, and the customer and lovely friend was able to check out, complete their purchase, and they bought 2 of my chickens from the plushie drop. So once I have finished this little ducky, we're going to go into my office and pack that order. I've also got an open Etsy order at the moment, which is for some safety eyes, so I might make those while I'm in there. There are people out there who just don't understand about small businesses, or are mean, like, don't like the fact that it's true. But there are people who are just mean. Then there are people who just don't understand about like small businesses and how much work goes into stuff, so they're more likely to leave a bad review if like it isn't like the quality of like a chain store type thing, if you get what I mean. Like, if they don't realise how much effort it takes to make that product, unfortunately probably not going to be as valuable in their head. So therefore, if the quality is not up to their perceived standards of what they think it should be, they're not going to sort of give you the benefit of the doubt. And I've been very lucky that even when there's been like a couple of issues in like my safety eyes, where in my mystery safety eyes there's been like slight faults in them, and in the reviews people have said like, oh, there was this tiny fault, but I advertised that there might be a tiny fault on the mystery safety eyes, so that's been fine. And even though they've acknowledged there was an error or a fault, and if there's been like a customer service issue, if the like postage has been delayed, if there's been like any kind of errors or issues, I have been very lucky that my customers have come to me and have still left positive reviews. I'm taking that on. It's not my fault, I had nothing to do with it. Anyway, here's another ducky. Anyway, ramble over, should we go pack an order? Right, hello, we're near now. I have just fetched the 2 chickens that the customer bought. 2 lollipops because I know she really likes them. I'm back in here and I've just made another ducky. Tripod's like blocking the light. I don't know where to hold it so you can see it. That'll do. I told you I would get the bees on swings to show you, so here they are. I've got 1 bee, 2 little bees on swings. So I'm going to continue to make mini plushies. So I've got turtles, cows, pigs, donkeys, pandas and tigers on my list. R.I.P. me. So 2 of these ducks are going to get keyring. So I use 2 different types. There's this, which is a keyring and a lobster clasp on the end, and these ones are really easy. You just clip the lobster clasp through a stitch and you're done. Other ones are a bit more fiddly. I've got these sorts of bag lobster clasps, and then these ball chains, which like I said are a bit more fiddly. I like to give people the options. And also I think I prefer the lobster clasp ones, like the actual keyring ones, but I've got a ton of these ball chain ones, so I want to use those up. Where the heck are me pliers? And then this one is just like that. And next I'm going to do some turtles in these colours. These turtles I just freehand, so I'm making the head and I can't remember how I made the head last time, so I'm going to try one thing. If it doesn't work on this one, or if it doesn't look good, I'll do something different on the next one. Good evening. It is in fact now the evening, as I have just told you. I've not had a great day again, surprise surprise, but I've basically just been plodding on and crocheting. So I have been making minis like I told you. I showed you the ducks, and then I think I showed you starting some turtle minis. So I have done one, which I've put on a little keyring, 2, 3, which I have not put on a keyring. I've also done a, if it'll stop spinning, little piggy, and one not on a keyring, which I think this one turned out a bit better. And then I've just finished one little cow as well. I am exhausted. I might be going to play some games in a bit with some friends, but if I'm not, I will be crocheting and I will take you along for a bit more crochet. Good morning, everyone. Today was an interesting, no, not today, yesterday was an interesting day. I was not feeling fabulous, so I kind of just got on with crocheting yesterday. Kind of just crocheted away, crocheted my little socks off. I think I showed you at the end of the day the update of what I had made, and I didn't make anything else after that because I went to go play games with my friends. So this morning I started crocheting again, as you can, well, you can't see actually, I'm just realising. And this morning I have been procrastinating a lot and I have made one mini cow. But I have also been chatting with the lady who runs the patisserie shop. I think I talked about this in a previous vlog. I met this wonderful lady who runs a patisserie shop, and she has some little shelves that she stocks some little small businesses on. It's very informal. It's not like stockist. It's kind of like, she was just like, oh, do you want to have a couple of plushies on these shelves? And I was like, absolutely I do. So we've been finalising the details of that. She has agreed the wholesale price and has now paid that wholesale price. We're gonna get them sent today in first class in the hopes that they arrive with like a day to spare before Valentine's Day. We agreed that they would be good for Valentine's Day as well as year round. So I have just had my lunch, and while I was having my lunch I have been putting some little branded tags on them just so that, you know, anyone who buys one knows where it's from. She also took some business cards when we first met, so she will be able to hand out a business card, and then I've got this little tag with my logo and a QR code on as well. I am going to need to finish the stage of this cow before I can show you, because that's how my brain works and I can't stop in the middle of a task unless I get an impulse. Like, I don't know if anybody else struggles with this with ADHD, but like once you've started a task you either have to finish it or you have to get distracted. And right now I'm in the I have to finish this task mode. Apologies if I'm breathing heavily. I think I was ill a little bit and I don't think I ever really got over it. Like, I think the symptoms went away, but then I think, like I mentioned, it sort of went into a flare-up instead, and now I'm getting sort of slightly iller again. Never easy with chronic illnesses. It's either a flare-up or like your chronic illness means that your immune system's shit, so you end up getting something else, and it's just it's a joy. No. So I'm struggling to breathe through my nose, and I'm also in a lot of pain, which is making me breathe heavier as well. So I have been tagging my items. So first of all we have this bee with its tag, and it's got like a quick release tag chain that I have just broken. So yeah, it's just a quick release little thing that I've stuck through a stitch in the antenna. This is the tag, so it has my logo and a QR code, and then on the back it has the model number, the care instructions, my business address, and a little space for whoever's selling it to write the price. So that's that one. We've got our leggy heart similarly with a little branded tag, and then the key rings, instead of using one of the little like strings, I've just clipped it onto the actual like keyring part itself, so it just hangs directly on that. We've got that one, we've got some cherries, we've got another bee, which again has just got the tag, and we've got a rose. So I need to go pack these up. Dad once again for taking me to the post office. Got my proof of postage. As you can hear, he's putting the wheelchair back in the car. It's a struggle every time. Update you when I'm back. Okay, good evening. Yep, you heard me right, evening. I believe in the last clip I was in the car and I said I would update you when I got home. That didn't happen. I just started crocheting and then kept crocheting and then kept crocheting. So I haven't filmed anything since then. So I'm going to show you what I have made. I believe I showed you 2 cows, one of which I have put on a chain. Then I made 2 donkeys, one of which is on a keychain. Then I believe I made these 2 panda bears, one of which is on a keychain. Then I made 2 tigers with slightly different stripes, one of which is on a keychain. And then I had a sort of stroke of genius, which I don't know why I hadn't had the stroke of genius before, to be honest. It's quite obvious. But you know the little mini mallard ducks that I do for the minis basket? I thought to my little self, change up the colours. I don't know why, because I've seen the like mini flockers patterns and like the bird patterns. They're all the same thing. It's just different colour changes to make different birds. And it never occurred to me to do it with my own little duck until now. So I have made 3 little pigeons. This one's a little bit shorter because I ran out of grey. This one is on the keychain. Yeah, I made pigeons and I told you that I'm doing the uni, and I think, like, I know that I'm not the only person my age who loves pigeons. I'm pretty sure there will be plenty of uni students who love pigeons and want a pigeon. So I have just been over to my scrap basket and got some more of the dark grey. So I think I'm basically just going to keep, I think I'm probably going to do 1, maybe 2 more pigeons tonight and then go to bed. So I should probably take you along for that, considering that I have abandoned you all afternoon. So let's get crocheting. I've got plenty of other things that I should be making, but I've got a feeling that these little pigeons might sell quite well. And I'm going to do 3 off a keyring and hopefully 2 on a keyring, because I think the ones off a keyring will sell better. That's usually the case, that the minis sell better off keyrings, but people still do like the keyrings because they're functional, obviously. After tonight I'm not going to spend any more time working on these because I had allocated for, actually today is Tuesday and I only had Monday allocated for minis and backpack buddies, but it was an unreasonable goal because I think the most minis I've ever made in a day is like 12, maybe 13. And I had that I wanted to make 18 minis and buddies. So I knew it wasn't all going to get done. So therefore, actually, I kind of knew that it was going to go into Tuesday as well. But therefore, because I didn't allocate Tuesday for this, this is the last day that I can spend on it. Because I don't want to be making these into the rest of the week. I could, and I think they would probably sell if I just kept making tons and tons of minis. There's also plenty of other things that I think will sell that I want to make. 2 pitch in or 2 pitch out, and I pitched in. That's probably going to be it for me tonight. I will like check my phone and stuff, might set you up and film again if I make another pigeon, but that's probably it, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, good evening. Yeah, I said evening again. I have had a colossally shit day. I'm just going to make light of it because I've been really not doing well today. I had a bit of a chat with my parents and we think I might be really suffering with some seasonal depression, and I was like, yeah, so I think I might be a bit like seasonally affected.
And my mum was like, yeah, no kidding, you've been seasonally affected for years. We talked about this years ago.
We did?
She's like, yeah, we talked about you having seasonal depression years ago. Winter is just rough for you.
And I was like, oh, alright, well I need to cut myself some slack then, because I've been beating myself up about being depressed all winter. Anyway.
News to me. So I have done basically F all today. I've started painting some signs because I'm doing new price signs which I want to have for this market next week. The things that couldn't go on signs I have printed out to go in like plastic frames. The signs that I painted are behind you. I'll show them in a bit. And I have made another frog to use as my example for my blank canvas crochet tip tutorial thing. And then I've made 2 itty bitty bees. And that's it. I have started another bee and I'm just waiting for my glue gun to heat up, which it almost certainly has by now. So I'm gonna pop some eyes on this other bee. I'm feeling a little bit better this evening. It's like 5:30ish, and I'm feeling less miserable, but still very exhausted. Like, I've been feeling very like deflated and depressed today, but the main thing that has been kicking my butt and keeping me basically inactive and not doing anything has been the fatigue that I have been feeling. Now, I think I've mentioned before that I have chronic fatigue syndrome and I was slightly ill about a week ago. I don't think I've shaken it fully, so I think my immune system is still, you might have just heard in my nose, it just went. So I think my immune system is still recovering, and I'm also in a pain flare up at the moment, which always affects my fatigue. So yeah, basically after the website launch on the 1st, I got sick, and then once I was sick, my immune system basically just said, all right, well, I'm not even going to bother trying, and got me into a flare up. So that started a flare up, and then with the flare up came more fatigue, much more pain. And then again, with the flare up, the illness has like been coming and going of like symptoms. Today I've been really snuffly again, and just a bit under the weather. So yeah, basically my body is like hating itself right now and it's really and like it being winter and cold, we think I have Raynaud's or some sort of similar thing, so my fingers get like purple with cold, which is not good. And actually crocheting is like the only thing that keeps them from going purple, because like I'm keeping them active, so they can, like right now they're not too bad because we put the heating on, but like they go so cold. But my fingers and toes get so cold, which is why I sit in bed a lot of the time. Keeps me nice and toasty.
But like if I'm crocheting, my fingers will get like icy cold and I'll have to like stop and like warm them up for a bit. And like if I stop crocheting, it's really weird. It's like I can't win, because if I stop crocheting when my fingers are ice cold, it like the blood stops going to them, like moving them to crochet, it gets the blood pumping. And as soon as that stops, they go purple. I don't know whether that's like too much blood or not enough blood, but they get very unhappy. But at the same time, if they're too cold, because they're like colder than ice, because I don't know, I guess that's when the blood isn't flowing. When they're like super icy cold, I stop crocheting, they go purple. But equally I need to warm them up because I can't crochet anymore when they're that cold, so I like can't move them.
Also, little fun thing that was really exciting this morning. I posted my wholesale order yesterday, and because it was only going to like within Derbyshire, it arrived this morning, and she put the items out in her shop and she's already sold one, which is really exciting. So I sent her 7 items. If I remember in editing, I'll pop up like a picture or something of like a couple of my items in the shop, like where she's displayed them, and I'm hopefully gonna post on my socials to like promote it. I've just popped a thing on my story for today letting people know that my stuff is in that shop. I will make a more official announcement post, I guess. Finished. Mini beat. Right, what else did I have on my list for today? Mushrooms and cats. We should try and make some of those. Right, hello. I have just been and grabbed my signs, which are for the most part dry, so I can get it without glaring. They're that colour, and it's an acrylic perspex sign. You can see the paint marks, and I'm gonna like basically where it's like splotchy and streaky, I'm just going to add more layers to it. But it's a hexagon, and then I'm going to have vinyl letters with the price of my items on. But I'm going to try and make some mushrooms now, I think.
Whatever you do, don't forget me, 'cause you never left my mind, not once, yeah. Every touch, my heart goes bumping. Baby, I can't get over you, I me see. You make me feel good. Gonna make you mine, baby. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에. Doesn't matter what they say or do. It's you. It's you. It's you. You make me feel good. Gonna make you mine, baby. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. You 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내 앞에. You are the only one I've ever wanted. 너야만 해 난. 거짓말처럼 나타나줘 내
Okie dokie, hello again. I have just finished a mushy crush, which is the popping mushroom, and because my yarn actually conveniently broke, which has enabled me to film my next tip video for blank canvas crochet, so that's good. And I can cross off one mushy boy and one mushy crush. So ideally today I would also get 2 cats done. It's 8 o'clock and they take me about an hour each, so I could get at least one done, I think. So I will probably attempt to do those couple of cats. First though, I'm going to put another layer of paint on those sides. And it's just gouache paint because acrylic paint would be sticky. And basically the acrylic paint, once it was dry, was tacky and was like sticky. So then the signs were sticking together, the ones that I'd done with acrylic, and were also like peeling, because where they'd stuck together, the paint was then coming off. So I am using gouache because gouache dries matte, and I learned that from doing my art foundation course, which is what I was doing before I was doing this business. You need quite a lot for this to make it so that like it's completely opaque, because you don't, like when the light shines through, you can see the brush strokes if you don't have enough layers. But this is a really simple DIY for your market signs. You literally just need paint, paintbrushes and patience, because while it's drying you're going to have to just watch it basically. Right, this is your last update of the evening, and I have crocheted a little bit more. A final thing that I have crocheted for the evening, it's just gone 9 o'clock, is a little Siamese or like ragdoll style cat. You can't tell. But I did use a sparkly beige yarn, so this is a sparkly cat. Anyway, today was Wednesday and I will see you again for Thursday. Hello! I don't know why I open every clip saying hello. And it's now Friday. I don't think I filmed at all yesterday, which, oh, yesterday was a day. I painted some of the signs that I needed to paint. I also did the vinyl for all of the signs. So all of the signs now have vinyl, they just need painting and finishing. I made and packed my 2 Etsy orders, which was really great. Sorted through all of my market stuff. So I pulled out all the crates, well, I say Dad pulled out all the crates from the car. Bless him, he's very good at that sort of thing, and my physicality is not allowing me to do that. So very grateful to him for lugging everything out of the car and bringing it all upstairs for me. Then I went through it all, cleaned everything out, which took a lot out of me, so I didn't want to film me like huffing and puffing and really struggling physically with that. I did that in the morning, then yeah, did the painting signs and the vinyl for signs and the Etsy orders in the afternoon. I was again having kind of a crappy day, and I was very stressed because I didn't crochet at all, and I'm really worried that like I don't have enough for this market. Like I've got a decent amount now because I've been working really hard this week, but if it's going to be as good as I hope it's going to be, I don't have enough. I don't have nearly enough. And then I've got a big one a couple weeks after as well, so I think it's 3 weeks after. So I need to work as much as I can now to make life easier. And after this market, which is on the 18th, today's the 14th, happy Valentine's Day. But after the market on the 14th and the 18th, on the 19th I am, I think, yeah, 19th, I am going down to Plymouth to visit my partner. I think I told you a couple of videos back, they had surgery quite recently, so this is my first opportunity to go visit them after their surgery. So, and I'm going for like, I'm traveling because it's a long way to Plymouth from here. I'm in the Midlands. Plymouth is like right at the bottom of the country, so it's about a 5-hour drive, plus we need to stop to charge the car, so it's about 6 hours drive. Then when we get there, I'm just going to rest in the evening. Then I'm going to spend 3 days with my partner and then spend another day driving back up to where we are in the Midlands. But therefore I'm not going to be like crocheting like normal. I'm not going to be vlogging because, you know, I'm with my partner. I don't want my partners to have to deal with me vlogging, you know. We're both very sensitive to cringiness, if that's in itself is quite cringe. But like a classic cringy movie, Twilight. Some people love it, some people hate it. Neither of us can tolerate the cringe. Like, the story is... the cringe is... It's just too cringy, it hurts. So, I think me vlogging with them sat like right next to me would be a bit much for both of us. Anyway, yeah, it's Friday now and the market is on Tuesday, so I've got today, Saturday, Sunday's my editing day, so I'll be editing this video, and then I will be vlogging Monday and Tuesday, which will be final day of market prep and then the day of the market, and that will be next week's video. I'm going to have to edit that on my iPad while I'm in Plymouth. But I'm jumping on, it is like 5 o'clock in the evening at this point already. Yeah, it's 5:05 because I'm not feeling great again. Surprise, surprise. This morning I got some happy mail, so I was busy. Oh no, don't look at me chocolates. Also, I think I'm accidentally in cinematic mode. Don't know how I've done that. I have been crocheting, so I have crocheted cat. Yeah, it's not gonna... There we go. Cute crochet cat. Another cute crochet cat. A large axolotl. And 2 little opossums. Which are my own pattern and I think they're really cute. That pattern is available on my website. That's just BT dubs. I'm gonna make 1 more opossum, and then I got some, try and make a couple of large bees in banana and a couple of chickens today. Part of my happy mail was I got some cups from Catnip. They were in their second sale. They're so cute. I've got Pepsi in it, so it doesn't look cute because it's like a dark brown liquid. But it's really cute, and like the lid is engraved as well. Let's cut to some crocheting. will have seen in the time-lapse that I finished this possum. Now I've just been working on a sparkly bee, and I'm going to put some eyes in, but I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up. Basically I've got a little bit of wood, got this thing, and I'm just clamping the backs of the eyes onto the, because like they go on and they click once, but you want it to click more than once ideally. You know when you like write yourself a to-do list and you're like, yeah, I can get this done, and then as the day goes on you realise, oh no I can't, and then you have to like shorten your to-do list and like make a settled to-do list. That's what I've done today, and my settled to-do list is even still a bit too long. I really need to stop mumbling when I'm filming, because it makes my job in editing much harder. It is 9:30 in the evening. I have been crocheting. I've got my fingers all red from where I've been crocheting. Finished another bee, don't know if you saw that. Then I made quite a hefty chicken. Wait, which one? No, this is the hefty chicken. I made this chicken and then I made this chicken. As you can see, there is quite a noticeable size difference. I don't know what I did wrong on this one. And then I made another blue one because I think they might sell quite well, and it's like half the size bigger. So it's not the yarn, it was me. Anyway, these are supposed to be the Stardew Valley chicken, the blue one that you get apparently if you romance Shane. Don't quote me on that. I haven't actually played Stardew. I've watched people play it. Apparently it's really popular and it like went viral a while ago, and I saw a bunch of people crocheting the blue Stardew Valley chicken, and I had this blue variegated yarn and my brain went and since having made them I've had to buy a second ball of this blue yarn because they sold so well. And I'm doing the uni, and I think students are the kind of people who play games, so I thought there might be some people at the uni who like Stardew Valley chickens and would therefore want blue ones. But I also made this brown one, and this might be my favourite yarn that I have for chickens because I bought a bunch of like banat blanket yarn specifically for making chickens in these variegated colours, and I think it looks really, really nice with like the rich red comb and beak, and I think that's a lovely little chicken. What I have made today.
I made 2 cats. I have made a large pink axolotl. I've made 3 little opossums, 2 bees, and 3 chickens.
And that's it. So that's not a ton, but I'm pretty happy. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now. I will see you again for one more day tomorrow, and then that's gonna be the end of this video. See you in the morning. Probably the afternoon because I don't wake up and I won't want to film in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is actually, oh no, it's not the morning. It's never morning when I film these bits. It is Sunday. I didn't film at all yesterday, I don't think, which I'm quite frustrated with myself about. I was again, surprise surprise, not having a great day, and I was trying to crochet and I wanted to be really productive. I had a lot on my list and I just didn't get it done, and I'm also quite frustrated about that. But I did make this dragon. This is the Crochet by Jenna No Sew Dragon pattern, and instead of doing the bobbles along the back, I just do a stripe of fur yarn and put some fur yarn on the edges of the wings, and it makes it quicker for me, and at least I also sew the wings on so I can get them in like a more specific placement, because if you crochet them in, they're kind of like, I don't know, I don't love the way that they're angled if you crochet them in, so I choose to sew them on, but that only takes me a couple of minutes. So I've done this one, which is sort of like, I thought it was like bubblegum themed kind of, and then I started on another one. That's how far I've gotten with that one. And today is editing, which I'm not looking forward to. Some of my nails came off, so I've redone the ones that came off this morning, and I had quite a slow chill start to the morning, so yeah, I'm just not live laugh loving right now. I think I'm gonna take the rest of this purple yarn and a crochet hook and the other 2 feet into the other room, and I think I'm gonna get started editing. No, come on, let's go. Right, so I'm gonna grab something to help me transport stuff through. I got this pouch from Deli's Designs, and I thought this would be the perfect size because it's got like a gusset at the bottom, so it's nice and wide for popping a whip in. And indeed it is, and there's still a ton of room in there. Okay, that's amazing. I also got this notepad from Deli's Designs, which has like a cover and then my to-do list in. So am I gonna chuck that in there? Yes, I am. Oh, I love this pouch. It was a great investment. And then I need my stitch markers. I've got my crochet hook in there already. And my pot for my fluffies. And all of that fits in this pouch absolutely perfectly. I love that for me. So we're gonna take this and you and my iPad for the pattern into my office, and we're going to get editing a video. Hello, good morning everybody. Well, good afternoon. It's always the afternoon when I film these, I keep saying that. It is Monday, it is 3:40, and I'm just popping on to close out this video because yesterday I went, what did I do yesterday? I did something on camera, but then as I finished doing like the rough cut, I realised that I never filmed an outro, and by the time I'd finished the rough cut it was like 9-10 p.m. so so I am coming on and filming an outro, and then I will get back to editing and do like the fancy edits and the special effects and transitions and text and all that sort of good stuff. So if you have watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you so very much. It really means the world. Pop something in the comments. That's not helpful, is it? You want to know what to actually put a green heart, because I've been painting some signs green, I think, in the last clip that you saw. Pop a green heart in the comments so I know that you watched it all the way to the end. If you really enjoyed, I hope you'll come back for next week's video, which is hopefully going to be the vlog of the market that I have on Tuesday. Yeah, that's about it. As always, you can head to harpercrochets.com to shop the range. I do also have an Etsy that all my links will be down below. I believe that's it from me. So thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you here in the next video. Goodbye!